Yeah,
I would love to see
Chinese
Donald
guys.
Trump's scrunch face when he's about to cum. You know what I mean? Everyone has a scrunch. What's your cum face look like?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Has your girlfriend ever made fun of you for your cum face?
Never.
My girlfriend made fun of me for my cum, for how I cum.
I'm a wasp. I don't move. I just stand still and I let it leak out of me. That's just about as much as
breeding
I
the
can
next
do.
generation
Exactly.
of world travelers,
And then
dude.
you go sleep in the other room.
Oh, in the separate bed in the
I
same
gotta
room?
spread out and fart. No, that's not at least the desired thing.
My girlfriend said that it looks like I'm dying when I come.
Yeah.
She said it looks like you're convulsing and having a heart attack. I said that. And you know what the worst part about it is? She said that to me while I was coming. and
you loved it.
And I did not love it. It ruined the whole thing. I had to have I felt like a woman after having sex. Because I had to have a sad talk with her after I just had great sex.
Why'd
with
you
her.
have a sad talk
Because
with
I was
her?
just like, it's really like, it's not nice.
It's the one thing that I
It's
get
the-
sensitive
exactly.
about.
Like, it's-
I don't want to get made fun of for my cum face, and I also don't want to be threatened with death.
Dude, I'm a reasonable guy. I said, it's okay for you to make fun of me. Just please don't do it while I'm coming. You know what I mean? It's not that much to ask.
Well, while you're coming, you're already coming. There's no coming back.
I know, but it's in the middle. It was like after the first squirt.
She ruined it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
she didn't even ruin it. I was just like, I don't want to be self-conscious when I'm coming. I want to be like a tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just licking the meat. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was like, and then I was like,
I mean, this goes into...
I was like, honey, it's like, you know, like it's just the one thing. And I feel like a bitch.
Yeah. And you're like, the
Italians.
those dirty ops need to stop making cars. They never make them right. They're ugly. Yeah.
And then I asked her if it was because I was white. I asked her that. I was like, is this out of a Malcolm X book that I didn't read?
Immediately.
I was like, I know that, you know, we smell like wet dogs and things like that, right? Because that's what he said, you know what I mean? And I know you think it's great that this, you know, white dude is doing whatever you want. You know, it's kind of reparations in a way, right? In a weird way, right? Not that should be the extent of it, right? But it's a start. You know what I mean? It's a start in a long journey, right?
Your dog is hiding between my legs because of this. Like, I need to feel safe because the table is moving like there's bombs.
Sailor makes me want to come. My dog makes me want to
Look at
come.
the topics. Look at the topics I sent you.
Okay.
Read them out loud.
Wait. Before that, when I was getting the U-Haul,
yeah, sorry.
I was getting the U-Haul today, right? And I went, and I went to this seedy strip mall with like a Jersey Mike's in it, and like a Dollar Tree, and like this mailbox place, right? Like an independent mailbox place,
Yeah.
right? As if those even exist anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was sitting behind the counter was like this one tiny, like, old Asian guy with kind of like a mischievous look on his face. Like, not to, like, you know, say that, you know, old Chinese guys are wizards or anything, right?
Chinese, I
like
make joke.
Yeah, like seafood dragons, right? Or something like that. I don't know, right? But, like, I walked in and they had like bracelets, like handmade bracelets with people's names on it, like that you would make at rehab or like summer camp.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like the little, like the beads with
What
like
does
the
that
little,
mean? I actually made one of those. It said Cum Town.
right, exactly, right? But those ones. He was selling those ones. He had a Venice Beach.
What?
He had 3 Venice Beach postcards, and I was like, we're in Redondo. Like,
That is
that's
insane.
20 miles away from Venice Beach, right? Like, you know what I mean? Just like, and then he was just sitting back there, and I was like, is this the fucking U-Haul place? and then
I diversify. I Rocky diversify.
And then like I gave him my ID and stuff like that. And he was like, what is your name? And I was like, you have my ID. What are you talking about? And then
name.
yeah. What? And then this fool was like, how long you be gone? And I was like, like day and a half, 2 days. I might bring it home, might bring it back like the next day, right? Like at nighttime, like tomorrow night. And then he was like, we are closed New Year's, and I was like, I was like, oh yeah,
This isn't even your New Year.
that's what I was gonna say to this motherfucker. I was like, what are you talking about, dude? And then I said, and then I laughed it off. I was like, oh yeah, haha, da da da. And then he was like, like that, like laughing at me. He was like, and I was like, what the fuck?
He figured out American sarcasm.
And then he like hands me the keys. He's like, it's in the back, only one. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I walk out to the back. It's the only U-Haul in like the back of like an industrial like drop off thing where they take sea containers and put shit in the back of stores. You know what I mean? And it was the only one. And I get inside and there's like tweezers, a hat, and like a water bottle. And I was like, what? I was like, dude, like what the fuck? And then I go and I thought that I lost the key for like 5 minutes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So this is all in the cab of the
cab of the U-Haul, yeah.
And I'll specify it. So we just moved all day. There was a smallpox blanket in the back of the car.
There was,
or at least bed bugs.
Hopefully it didn't have bed bugs, because then I'd be fucked.
God,
then there's no reason to even move all my shit.
You just burn it.
Just fucking burn it all.
Sorry, I fucked your flat.
And then fucking and then like I thought I lost the key. The key was in the fucking door the whole time. I'm standing outside walking around like I'm just like, what? And I know, and I was thinking, if there's a camera, they're gonna be laughing at me. Like I'm gonna end up on YouTube because I'm looking under the car. I'm in the car like with my ass sticking out, dude. I'm looking like I'm like tapping like my fucking like keys in like my pockets, like I'm just standing there playing patty cake with my pants, right? And then like I finally find the keys, and then I go, oh, this guy didn't give me the lock for the back, because it's one of the big ones with the rolly back like trunk thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, where's the key? So then I pull up or back around to where, and this guy's walking out to meet me, and I was like, you got the key for the back?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's unlocked. Someone lost it. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's why it's broken.
Yeah, so if so the lock is on there, locked. Somebody left the lock on, lost the key, and left it unlocked. So you
now
can
it's
still close
impossible to lock.
Yes. And I don't know why he just didn't cut it off. Like they must have left it. Dude. And this was in like, dude, yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to blow.
And this guy had like he had a great bone structure. That's the one thing I noticed about it. I thought it was like either a front for watching the Chinese street gang, or he was like an agent of the CCP, because he had a face like an action star. You know what I mean?
Really?
He looked like the Asian Dolph Lundgren, dude.
That's
he looked
funny.
money. Like I was thinking about, I just want to rub my balls on this soft jade Chinese skin.
All right, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't.
Great
Okay.
cheekbones. Great.
What
Great jawline.
What do you want to do to the cheekbones?
He had the cheekbones where like they stick out and then it droops kind of inside of his face, and there's like little lines where his cheeks are, and you're just like, God, you look like just a vestige of testosterone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like a vestibule of testosterone. Like under this arch is where all the testosterone is produced for all people.
And you want to put your balls on his face.
Maybe I'll get some more. Not that I think I need any more. They told me in rehab you have too much.
Yeah, no, the drugs were helping dampen it.
It was. Now I feel like a psycho.
You are a wonderful psycho.
I literally started
That's
telling.
why this is Giggles and Stabbing.
14 days into rehab, I started telling everybody, I just want to go out on a ship and conquer. Like, I don't know why. I was like, I just want to go. Don't you guys ever just want to go raiding? And they're like, what are you talking about, dude? You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't want to raid anywhere but Europe, because we're only allowed to do that. You know? I'm just going to raid the English. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
Right? Just a little payback.
All right, look at the topics I sent you.
Okay.
Read them out loud. Because half of them
But I'm telling you, this guy, he was a wizard.
I was just waiting for an opportunity to say that he went pee-pee in your Coke.
No.
You didn't give me any. So
And then
I
he
got
was
really
selling
excited
jade necklaces and too, dude. It was weird.
Dude, he's trying to like start a multi,
It was a
faceted
front.
business.
It was a front.
It was a front
Yeah.
for what?
And then some Asian woman walked
gotta be
in.
human trafficking.
She got out of a Range Rover, walked in, and had an envelope that was addressed to somebody without any postage, and was like, "Send this to Jan." And he was like, "Okay." And then she just walked out. I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
But it was a post office.
Yeah, but it didn't have any postage.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was weird.
Good God.
It was weird.
We need transporter. Transporter, come pick up package. Hi, Jason Statham. You want jade necklace? Yes, I would love a jade necklace.
Okay, let me see this. I don't know. What do you want to do? New Year's Eve.
Well, yeah, okay, New Year's Eve, fine.
Guns on YouTube. Gun videos on YouTube. Dash. Your pseudo-sexual relationship with your dog. F*** you. Dash. Your pseudo-sexual relationship with shitting and pissing.
Next one.
What? That's not. Pissing while talking on the phone. Tariffs. I don't know which one.
I think it's quite a diverse list.
Dude, okay,
there's clearly a theme in the middle.
Let me
But
tell you. Okay.
you were moaning. You were moaning like
There's nothing wrong with that. Does shitting not feel good? Can we not enjoy anything? Are the robots going to come and take my shit out of my ass for me so I can't feel good anymore?
I think you'd like that.
Whatever
better.
happened to feeling good?
I think you would like that better.
No, I would like a bidet shot up out my ass while I take a shit. Dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to fight something. I'm not letting this shit come out easy. I need water pressure against it.
Last night I was masturbating.
Let's go.
And I took the head off of my electric razor and put my finger on the little metal thing that vibrates and then cupped my balls with it. I cupped my balls with it. And I shit you not, I got a blister and my finger started bleeding, but I didn't notice because I was in the land of pleasure. You know what I think? I didn't even know.
To confirm, he has definitely the marks of
Look at that.
blister.
See that? Am I lying?
The top blister. There's probably
Right there.
It looks like
on my ring finger.
There's 2 blisters on the inside of your hand too.
No, those are calluses because I work out, bro. It's right there. See that?
Jesus.
See that?
Christ. Yeah.
It's there. For everybody telling me I'm a fucking liar, you. It's there.
Yeah, it wouldn't even show up on video. So
And and then I stopped. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be like a girl who uses a vibrator too much and just can't get pleasure. Can't get pleasure from just rubbing one out, dude. You know what I mean? And it was nice. I liked it, Anytime I got a massage tool thing, like in a Christmas stocking as a child, I would just put it on my nuts. I would just put it on my nuts and masturbate. I mean, what else are those things for?
When you were a child.
Anything that vibrates, I'm putting it on my testicles. Literally anything.
At least it's not up your ass, but still.
No.
I mean, what age should this start at?
About 7. You just sit there with a soft dick.
Put you on game, you little
Those 7-year-olds. You guys have any vibrating toys? You pull a string and it vibrates. You put that to your nuts. See how that feels, buddy. Fuck you.
Oh my!
I'm an American. You know what I mean? We're Sailor's so fired up by us right now that she's ripping apart a stuffed animal dog. Please don't put your feet near her because she will bite you.
Really?
Because she's from Korea and she was abused. She was abused.
Aww.
Because that's the new thing. That's the charitable thing for rich people. Let's not help.
She was alive.
Oh, yeah.
Eaten. But
oh, yeah, great. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, great. Sailor's alive. That's a new thing for rich people because rich people don't really want to do charity. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to help anyone else out in the rat race.
Good God, doesn't reflect on them. No, of course, they don't want to help.
They just want to help out animals. That's their way of contributing to society, right? Let's give Shamu a little bit more whale meat or whatever, right? And let's take dogs from Korea and act like we're good people, right? I'm good, right? Why don't you give a bum $1? How about that?
Yeah.
Why don't you let a man get high? You know why I give bums dollars? Because I want them to get high. Because I would want to get high if I were them. They call me the cigarette saint of Santa Monica, for God's sake.
Good God. That reminds me of one of the stories I can't tell because it involves
Well, yeah. Is there such a righteous and great I don't feel like dragging them through the mud?
Okay, yeah, sure. That's where we're at right now. That's the stance we've taken. Meow.
Meow. I don't give a
When do you? We talked about when you meow, or that was your podcast.
Yeah, my girlfriend won't let me meow. I don't know why. I meow at her pussy. I say, hey, meow. She says, don't meow at me. I said, I'm meowing at your pussy, not you. Enough.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? I live next to Deacon Dick over here. He's freaking out.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah, we've gone over your pseudo-sexual relationship.
It's not. It's not. Just because a man enjoys something so much that it seems sexual doesn't mean. Oh, you're a good doggy. You're a good doggy.
Talk to her as if I weren't here.
Oh, Taylor. Oh, I want your big. Oh, you make me so horny. I just want to come. Taylor, you make me want to come. I mean, what's so bad about that, dude? What's so bad about telling a dog that you love her so much that you want to come? Who do you love most in this world? Your wife. You want to come for your wife, right? Now, I'm not telling you to tell your daughter that you want to come for her or your son, because you probably love them more, but I'm not at that stage yet. I don't understand that kind of love, all right? I understand love, which is showering a woman with my bodily fluid, saying, you're the only one I do this to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I understand. What do you understand? Who are you even?
So dogs are women.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trap you. That's
they are.
not a fun
Fine.
way
You want to trap me? You want to go down there?
Oh,
I don't care.
We'll go. I mean, we could go down the women.
I don't dislike women. I hate them. No, I don't hate them. That's a joke. That's a joke. Okay.
We'll get this one when we have more figured out.
I don't. Everybody has a complicated relationship. Just because I want to make every woman my mom doesn't mean that I dislike them. It means that I desperately like them, and I'm desperately lonely to find my mommy. I want to crawl back into the womb and hang out. Dude, I want to be in that gelatinous fluid, not feel gravity. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I like to get in the ocean. Feel like I'm in mommy's tummy. You know what I'm saying? What's so wrong with that, brah? You know what I mean?
This is just like this thing. I mean, you're probably joking, but the idea that you can only be like, there are people who can only be fully vulnerable on the podcast. It's not who I am. I kind of wish I was more like that, but that was like so deep.
You think I do this for you guys? This is my therapy.
This is my therapy. This is the only way I can talk.
This is so I don't
if I think it'll make me money.
I'm a deeply lonely and shallow person on the inside.
Oh my God. I mean, we talked about Christmas. Ah, damn. What did we not talk about? So this is going to be the thing we get into. We're going to talk about so many different things that we're going to run out of things to talk about.
There's always things to talk about.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's true.
What is this other thing?
Tariffs, maybe?
I don't know anything about that.
I mean, we were just talking about how electronics might be more expensive, so we're going to buy all the podcast equipment and then also sell it to other people.
Let me tell you something. If you're out there listening and you want to do what we're doing, you want to invest in yourself, don't do it.
We're going to become those guys.
Don't
start podcasting.
No, let me tell you something. You're not talented. You're not as smart as I am. You're not as funny as I am. You're not as eloquent as I am. You are nothing. Okay? I am your God. Okay? And I don't really mean that. Maybe I do. I don't fucking know. I don't care. All I'm saying.
This is art.
This is art. If Andy Warhol can make $25 billion from selling pictures of Marilyn Monroe, which he screen printed, then I should be able to say whatever I want.
He just went cross-eyed when you said that.
Because I hate Andy Warhol.
Oh my gosh. Sailor is just so scared of that side of the table. She's
fired up. She's fired up.
She's fired up.
There's not this much energy in this house. There's not that much virility in this house. Virility for all you geniuses out there means energy, sexual prowess, power. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what else is there? Gun videos on YouTube. Love them.
I mean, we could go over Dragon Man because Dragon Man's in the hidden episodes.
Dragon Man?
The Edward Bernstein.
I don't really like Dragon Man as much because I like to watch CQB videos. I like to watch CQB videos and get up at my house late at night and pretend like there's a robber there. You know what I mean? And just sweep my house.
Sweep and clear.
Yeah. But what you're really supposed to do, I heard, is you're supposed to establish an anchor point. Which is you get into your good position in your room and you wait for the guy and then you shoot him. So when you shoot him in your room, it looks like he was deep enough into your house that it could not be seen as anything but self-defense.
Yeah, and when they talk about CQB stuff, they talk about the odds of like how many people you take down, and even one person. You know, if you're moving around, you're losing so much advantage.
You're losing.
Yeah, have you ever seen that one where the guy used simunition and they have like that whole, plywood house?
What?
This is boring him. So he's trying to fit the microphone, the whole microphone inside his mouth.
Let me tell you something. I could do it. Let me tell you something. And these cords that are on the table, making me horny. I'm not gonna lie.
If anyone knows a way to leach testosterone,
I got a 3/4 chub under the table. I don't give a
That's why Taylor can't come
That's
over
why
that
Sailor's
side.
coming over here.
No,
Sailor's smelling the pheromones. Let me
know
tell you
about
something,
that.
bro. If you're not willing to your dog, you don't really love him. Okay? My dog tried to suck me, I'd say, yes, ma'am. I put peanut butter all over that dick and let her lick it off.
Yeah, there's a lot of ethical questions with that. Like, does
the Bible explicitly mention bestiality? Guess what? I don't care because I'm not a Christian.
guess what? Whatever your answer is, it's no.
It's no. I don't care. You.
Oh, yeah, we didn't think of many other topics to go through.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
All right, well, we didn't really discuss the Vivek and the Elon thing before. Like, we're getting into territory
horribly ignorant about politics. I know nothing. I think nothing. Okay, all I do is I act like the rest of the country, and I hear a guy say, "Make America great again," brother.
I say, yeah!
And I'm like, oh, yeah! And then I figured out that guy says that he wants to his daughter, and he over blue-collar workers making the Taj Mahal. And I say, no, I don't want that guy. But then I say, do I want the cockeyed drunk auntie? I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't say to know anything. All I know is that my dog wants my cum. That's all I know. If my dog ran for president, I'd vote for it.
That's the center of your belief system.
Excuse me?
That's the center point of your belief system.
Yes.
Yeah. All I know in this world is that my dog wants my cum.
She does. She does. And I can tell you why. She sleeps with me. And she scoots her ass right up on me. And I know what that means. You know what I mean? I know what that means. Anybody who's ever been to a woman or a man knows what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about moving to West Hollywood to get my dick sucked in dark alleys by men that look beautiful. I don't care.
I wonder if you could meet that U-Haul owner just in the dark alley.
We should have him on the podcast.
You just try to say, like, we don't have plugs yet, but he's just going to be like, okay, I'd like to plug my jade necklace business, and please, if you like something shipped, I know transporter.
If you like shit and you want shipped, turn a perticure. I love those guys. They're f***ing dangerous. They are f***ing dangerous. All right, I got to text my auntie. Oh, God, yeah.
That's what you fill up space.
Okay, can't respond to your text anymore because I'm on the pod. Nothing else matters besides the pod.
I didn't fill any of the time. That was pretty bad.
God doesn't exist during the pod. I am God in the pod. You are also God.
Yeah, I'm a
I just
very
said your name, but
laughing
guess
God.
what? You're starting a career, so it doesn't matter.
You're trapped now.
It doesn't. You're trapped.
There's no going back. Burn the boats. Burn the boats and lop off some native heads.
Dude.
Jesus.
Get off the cross.
All
we
right.
need the wood.
You know what happens when there's this little to talk about?
What?
That's what happens.
No.
I like when you get upset about things and go way off what is expected. And I didn't think of enough things that you have a pseudo-sexual relationship with.
Let me tell you, you want to hear something else that I have a pseudo-sexual relationship with?
Let's hear it.
Firearms. I love them. I love caressing barrels. I love loading them. I love unloading them.
That I can relate to.
I love sleeping next to them, although I don't.
You shouldn't.
It's a forbidden love.
That's what I love about Dragon Man, is that he has 15 firearms within, like, reaching distance of his, like, pillow.
Yeah. Who would want to live like that?
Nobody. He's alone. He's alone in this world.
would. Me and Dragon Man are going to go start a sex cult on an island.
Dude, he has the money. God damn. I mean, that guy has a whole military museum.
How is he so rich?
I don't understand.
He's a Jew.
He's got to be covering up someone else's, like, huge war crime. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of also
Maybe he got paid off.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He's a CIA asset.
That could make sense. Dude, I would be terrified of seeing that guy in the field because he's, like, so kind of friendly in, like, an old folksy way, but you know he would just, like, commit as many war crimes as he possibly, like, could without eyes looking at him.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
I love him because he's just so calm while, like, dealing with loaded firearms and pointing them sometimes at the cameraman, tossing cans of Zyklon
Hey, bro,
B.
that's why your wife got killed. Congratulations.
I wasn't going to mention that part because I was hoping to do some kind of collaboration.
Hey, Dragon Man, let me send you my address in case you give a fuck, buddy. I'm also a well-armed tattoo American. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
He has tanks.
I don't give a f***. I'm down with the raza, bro. I got the whole cartel on my side. I got every corrupt cop in LA in my pocket.
For the purposes of this podcast.
Yeah, bullshit. That is 100% true. Ask about me. I'm not scared of the Italians. I got Mexicans, bro.
I got Mexicans. I mean, Italians, man, they really have fallen far. Unless they're like really doing something that we don't know about.
It's like what Tim Dillon said. All they do now is review pasta on Instagram. That's all they do.
Well, that's true, but there's also
the like, how do you know Italian? I know this. Yeah. And they're like, cheddar baked cheesecake.
Yeah.
You're like, what the f***? You're like, you fat f***s built Rome, dude. You know what my theory about Rome is? Everybody must have left. There's no way that, hey, how are you, ever built anything as great as a Colosseum. I'm sorry. Italians, prove me wrong.
I mean, the thing that people say is like, they introduced debauchery. They had trannies. The trannies made everybody leave. That's why the pipes were lead and everybody ate spaghetti every day.
Yeah.
We didn't steal the noodles from Japan or China. They stole it from us.
They did. Let me tell you something, bro. China, Japan, wasn't a thing during Rome, bro. Okay?
Or it didn't exist.
Those guys, they were nothing. All right?
They were still growing. Oh, man.
Imagine if the Romans talked like Guidos. You know what I mean?
I mean, how far away?
Julie, Brutus, you too.
Yeah.
We should do Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, but with wops from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? They're like, to be and not to be, bro. I don't know.
And between every scene, there just has to be a guy who comes on and mops off all like the fucking hair grease.
Yeah. But the worst part about it is they probably wouldn't be able to remember the lines.
No.
They'd be like, yo, what was my line again, boss? All right, yeah, appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
I mean, we just let them freeball the lines, and then they just have to remember them because it's what they said.
Yeah.
They can only be concerned with what they've said themselves, and listening, that's what the women do.
The one thing that I do respect about Italians, which is amongst many things, I'm not going to lie. I hate and love everything simultaneously. Why do I hate and love everything simultaneously? Why? I don't know. You figure it out.
Okay, we were talking about Italians, and I was going to tell you the theory that Italians, they moved on from like traditional crime and to,
The cannolis.
Well, that they moved on to like online stuff. They went all online. They're like,
yeah, like they can figure that out. Shut
I know.
up.
I mean, but it's
like
a
a bunch of Irish people are starting a tech
like,
company.
look, let me tell you something. You want young boys? You want to see pictures of young boys? You come to me. Right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? No, really.
The Vatican connection? We should remake that movie, The French Connection, with Gene Hackman, but it's the Vatican Connection. It's just a bunch of Guidos just running kids. Jeffrey Epstein, was he Jewish or Italian? I don't know. I confuse them sometimes.
And it's got to be like they're so glamorous. Like we treat them just like all the mob bosses, but we love them. But yeah, they're just like trafficking children.
They're like, Tony, you want 4 boys. I can only give you 3. They're good boys. They're from northern Italy. They're blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful. They got skin as white as snow. They'll burn easily in the sun.
Okay, now
you can peel their burns. Lick them off like a tiger.
All right, well, before we do this deal, I'm going to need a second with these boys because you worked me up.
I'm going to need the one to make sure he's okay.
I'm going to need to test the product.
If his asshole doesn't bleed, it makes me feel like my dick's not big enough.
The other thing is what we can't post.
Makes my penis feel like it's not big enough. If his asshole don't bleed, Tony, you got to understand.
Jesus Christ,
you get it.
We need to cut this entire part.
We don't need to cut this part. This is the truth.
Oh my God.
Pope Francis is actually a Guido. He is. He's an Italian Argentine. Do you know that Pope Francis wants to start World Children's Day put on by the Vatican? That makes a lot of sense. Okay. You know what? That's like OJ saying,
we're gonna make things new over here. We're gonna make a new holiday.
We're gonna bring them in. There's gonna be more of them. Don't you get it? I love how Pope Francis And, you know, I don't know if refugees are good or bad. They're probably good, you know, because they're declining birth rates and things like that. But I love how the Vatican is like, we got to welcome all these guys. And if anyone's ever been to Rome, there's 30-foot walls outside of the Vatican. The Vatican looks like what Trump's America would look like if he got the border wall done.
Yeah.
They're like, welcome them in.
Yeah.
Just don't let them in here.
Yeah.
Why?
We're going to put all gold everywhere.
I want to have sex with the Pope. So what?
So what?
I
wonder what's under that robe. I want to see if his hat is hiding anything special.
Did God bless him in many ways?
I think he keeps a dildo under that hat. Makes me hot. Think about.
You like this water bottle? I named it Tyrone.
Jesus.
Don't laugh. He's Irish. He's Irish. Tyrone is an Irish name.
It is, I don't know, 2 feet long.
It's a 1-gallon metal black.
And it's
very black.
It looks like what you use to like put up. It looks like what they put up at embassies to stop cars from driving in.
Or like a scuba tank.
Or like a scuba tank, kind of. I mean, yeah, dude, it is so big, and watching you drink that is insane.
Yeah.
And you're a big guy. And so
to
see something that it also makes you look like a mouse is hard to do.
Gotta stay hydrated, bro.
Jesus. Dude, everybody's getting bigger water bottles than me. I'm upset because I used to be the big water bottle guy. But I don't bring it with me places.
Oh, yeah?
Mine's white, by the way.
See, I just made a sexual noise, and my dog came up to me, right up to my cock. Look at that. Right up there. You know what she wants.
The way you were talking to the dog when you were shitting was insane because it mixed both of the pseudo-sexual relationships.
What did I say?
Wait, you really... Okay, I was going to avoid that.
Look, I talk so much every day, I can't keep track of what I say.
You were saying, oh, you want to see the poopy head. You want to see the poopy head.
No, because she liked the poopy head. I was like, oh, you like the poopy head?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean
The hand that I wipe with, she was smelling that one over the other one.
Oh, I thought you said
Because she
head.
likes my poopy.
I thought you said head, that you were like hovering over the toilet.
Yeah, because my cock drips out into the water. I scoop up a little shit. She smells the tip of my cock. Fuck you. I'm an American. One time I walked into a bar in England.
Next week, this is gonna be the line.
One time I walked into a bar in England, right? I was in Newcastle, England, dude, with my ex-girlfriend. Crazy. She went to med school there because she was an idiot. She had to go to the University of Newcastle, as if the fucking Brits know anything about medicine, dude. Nothing, right? Yeah. Nothing. The whole town was worshipped. The whole town worshipped the Newcastle football team, not American football. European football, you know, for soft people. Anyways, you know what I mean? And I will go toe-to-toe with anyone on that debate. Oh, it's so hard. Yeah, f*** you. The little 5'5" dude is the best player. F*** you. Cristiano Ronaldo, 6'1" and 160. I would beat him to death. I'm here, bro.
I was going to ask, like, you say you go toe-to-toe in a debate. The debate ends with the threat of violence every single time.
So what? I'm an American. That's how we debate. You're not going to do what we want? Bomb. You're not gonna do that, bomb.
Yeah,
bomb.
Hey, listen, buddy. You're gonna bully us. I'm gonna come smack you right in your face.
Little Rocket Man. He has a button. I said my button is bigger.
My button is bigger,
and it actually works.
Yeah,
my button works. Habib al-Bazari died like a dog. He cried. I wouldn't have cried. He cried.
Good God.
Yeah, but I was in this pub, right? So,
yeah.
dude, I had like 8 Guinnesses because when I went to England, I decided to become a real beer drinker. I said enough is enough of the Modelo's,
and that served
you well.
I'm going
straight Guinness from now on.
Yeah.
First day, 4 Guinnesses, threw up. Not because I was too drunk, because my tummy wasn't ready for it.
Yep.
Next day, 6 Guinnesses, threw up. Day after that, this is consecutive days, by the way. You can't quit.
He's in the school of Guinness.
Third day, 8 Guinnesses, threw up. Fourth day, 10 Guinnesses, threw up. And mind you, all you guys, you only drink 4 beers and threw up? No! I went drinking more.
It tastes like coffee.
No, it doesn't. It tastes like fucking Miracle Mile, dude. That's what it tastes like, dude. It tastes like Lacma, dude.
You mean Miracle Mile? Is that some kind of like motor oil?
No, it's in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Anyways, 5 days in, I was at 13 Guinnesses, no throw up. Went to 14, threw up. Next day.
Jesus.
16 Guinnesses, no throw up. You know what my record is of Guinnesses in a day? 24 Guinnesses. All you guys who say you can drink, you.
Can I tell you the Guinness World Record?
You just bit me, fool.
What did he bite?
He bit me.
Oh,
and you know what? That's our type of relationship.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, that's not what the Guinness Book of World Records is. That's not the Guinness World Record. That's not what it's named after.
Okay.
Is that what
it
you
should
were?
be?
Yeah.
No, I was just talking about Guinness.
All right. I
You
thought
know?
there was confusion.
If you don't drink Guinness and you drink beer, you. I hate you. You should die. And that was my reason for being an alcoholic for so many years. I said, I was dating a Filipino. She said, Cade, you drink too much. You know what I said to her? I said, this is called a cultural difference, right? I don't know what you guys do in the Philippines, but Whites, we drink, okay? We've been doing it for 3,000 years. The Gallic Wars, written by Caesar, said that the Gauls would prepare for battle with ciders. That was 3,000 years ago.
We got history. We got genetics.
I'm following my family, man.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to run away from my roots?
I don't know. I was much more enthralled with the chemical, the drugs. I like drugs way more than drinking. But drinking is good. Drinking is
Because
cool.
you've fallen away from who you are, brother.
That's true. I try to deny it. Like, if I was honest, the reason I started smoking weed in the first place is because I couldn't legally get alcohol. And then I got a fake ID, and then I just stuck with it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no. The way I got
proud of that? You proud of breaking the law?
It served me. It got
In
me a
this great
job.
country?
I started working in the weed industry. It was nice.
With a fake ID.
What? No, I didn't start working
CJ,
then.
clip that.
Clip that.
We're sending that to the fucking
CJ, wake the up.
Yeah.
You mongoloid.
Producer CJ's been staring at a cardboard box for the past 30
He's drooling out the
minutes.
side of his mouth.
He doesn't know what's going on. You know what? He's not even here. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to call him right now.
You know what? I was thinking the other day? Like 2024.
CJ, he's thinking, clip that.
I'm thinking, clip this. With the 2020s, I just think like people will look back. You know how people look back and they're like, I make icons of decades. So like the 2020s, it's going to be let's do. Are you trying to call?
It's going to be school shootings and suicide and fucking Xanax.
I'm trying to think, dude. My brain is just still such mush. But in the 2020s, it'll be like, you want to go on TikTok? You want to do fentanyl and go on TikTok? Like that. That's what I did in 2020. You know, I just do fentanyl and I'd go on TikTok and I'd have my merry time. And then I grew up. I grew out of that. No rehab, no nothing. I grew out of it. I matured. Who are we calling?
You, CJ, answer. For all you cinema geniuses out there, that was a reference to Pulp Fiction. Good job, buddy. You. Good job. I can quote Pulp Fiction.
You know, I learned about this. This is not funny at all. But the pipe hitters. You ever heard of the term pipe hitters?
No.
So like in high level like special forces, people about like I need some real pipe hitters. They're the heavy.
Is that it? And you say that I have sex things.
What?
Pipe hitter. You want to hit some pipe with me, bro?
I'm not moaning while I shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm not talking about baby, do it right. Swallow that when you flush like that. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
None of that.
First of all, I never said that. That's called an embellishment for all you geniuses out
Again, my brain is mush. I can't remember.
there. You tuned into this show to learn things.
He just broke something.
Oh my god, I totally just broke it.
Oh
This is
no.
my uncle's.
Oh, I mean,
Man.
yeah. Don't. We need to get you a stick to wave around.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Amazon.
Thank you.
How'd you break that? I'm gonna be like, I was doing a podcast with my friend and I slammed it on the table.
Slammed it.
What do you want
were we
from
even
me?
talking about? I completely forgot. Oh,
CJ,
fuck.
clip that so I can remember.
Pipe hitters. Pipe hitters was like a phrase like in the olden days about the military, but it got modernized by the phrase in Pulp Fiction where he's talking about, I can't say it because it has the N-word in it, but
Why not?
that's okay. I am so confused by your
I
lines.
can't say it because I have a black girlfriend. I wouldn't do that to her.
All right.
You're not connected to the black community at all because you're an elite white person.
I'm on Hinge. I'm
you're
swiping.
a wasp.
I'm swiping.
You're a
you
wasp.
told me to switch to black
You don't
girls.
swipe on Hinge. You like.
Whatever.
Nice try there, bud. That wouldn't stand in the court of law.
Okay. Yeah, it's not funny. I'm not even going to mention it. But.
God, I can't believe I broke that. Hey, why'd you break that? I don't know. How come every time we leave you, breaks? I don't know. I'm sorry that I exist. Let me apologize for existing, first and foremost. I like to apologize for being a living, breathing person.
Oh, dude,
Excuse me.
This neuroses isn't unhealthy, but it's so good for the podcast.
Why don't you tell me, why don't you ask me if I'm killing cockroaches in my room above your office again? You. I'm not.
I'm not doing it. Oh, good God. Oh! that's the shit noise. That's the shit noise right there. It's like a moaning out of both sorrow because it's over, but also like just pure ecstasy.
It is. I do get pissed off when my shitting is done. I like it when it's in between, when it's halfway in the ass and outside, when it's hanging above the water. I keep it there for a little bit.
For those small moments, you understand being gay.
For those small moments, I understand life. Period. You can read it. Hey, I'm gonna go read Eckhart Tolle, bro. Why don't you take a shit and hold it in? How about that? You fucking piece of shit.
All right, we've turned it up to 11 after that thing broke. He's now shaking the table. The dog is... Oh, my God, dude.
Can't believe I broke it. I'm going to break it some more now.
Don't break it some more. You might be able to fix it.
I can't fix it. It's screwed in.
Oh, good God.
The screw is broken now.
It's a plastic screw. Yeah, of course it's going to break.
God darn
Is it plastic or metal?
Maybe I could replace it. No, I can't replace it.
You broke metal?
No, I broke plastic.
Okay.
God darn it,
yeah,
man.
that's a tough one. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll order it.
I hate everything and I love everything.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. It's God's fault.
I
didn't ask to be born like this. I didn't ask to be the voice of a generation.
Yeah, we need to bottle this.
My dog is worried about me. My dog is concerned. It has turned from sexual to concern because she's my mommy. I'm not Oedipus. You are.
You're projecting.
You're projecting. I'm not.
All right. Well, maybe, I don't know.
What's another thing we can talk about?
The bus as middle schoolers when we were on
What
the bus
time are
as
we
middle
at?
schoolers. We're at 40. CJ, what time are we at?
CJ, clip that.
Clip that. Get that pipe out of your mouth.
CJ, stop jerking off onto the table, please, and just do it to my face.
Do it to my face.
Do you have pictures of your new place? Why do you care? Why do you care? So I could send it, so I could waste my time sending it to you, and you go, oh, that's great. And I'm saying, I know it's great. Otherwise, I wouldn't move in there. See how that works? Genius.
Yeah.
Why don't you come over to my house?
It's probably so they can set up like a tactical advance on you because they want to see the layout and they want to come kill you in your sleep. How about that? That would be a very Alex Jones angle to take with it.
Maybe it's a government psyop. Maybe they planted you.
Yeah.
Are you a plant?
I think. Well, I mean,
Who are you really?
My brain works about as well as a plant. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Don't sell yourself short.
No, it's true. It's
Okay.
true. My memory.
All this soft core guy doesn't work anymore.
No, you have to have an avatar. I like that.
gotta
Why don't
look
we
at
talk
your-
about the avatar?
Okay, let me
All right.
put you on game about Hinge. Okay?
Put you on game.
During COVID, I was the most successful Hinge player of all time. Period. Okay? We're talking about an 89% first date hit rate. You can look it up. Okay?
Look it up. I posted it.
I had a blog.
Did you really?
I was late to the blog scene,
No,
like I'm late to the podcast
You did
scene.
not have a
I did
blog.
not actually have a blog.
Okay, I was like so worried about
I wish I did.
You should start writing up Substack, but go on.
What is that?
Substack, it's this cool thing. I feel like we're doing a commercial. It's a website or an app that you can use, and it's all about blogging and then incorporates a lot of elements of social media.
Can I tell you something?
What?
That right there proves to me that you, unlike me,
Yeah.
are not part of the tribe of Israel.
Why?
Because you just plug something that isn't paying you. If you will use Substack, you're a piece of shit until they give me money.
Then it's awesome.
Then you're sick. In a good way.
Oh my god.
I have to take a piss.
Yeah, I think
Let's
we should
pause
stop
this.
it. All right, you've pissed. You've rubbed your nipples long enough. Let's hear about Hinge.
Give me the hydration drink.
All right, here we go. He's just like viciously pulling on his nipples.
Chewing gum.
Like, god damn it.
Nicotine gum. Kids, if you're not into nicotine, try nicotine gum.
Yeah. We could try to get those sponsors.
Yeah, we should.
There's some good ones. I actually been meaning to try them because I listen
Nicotine
to
gum, nicotine. You do so much nicotine, your cum turns into nicotine.
Exactly.
And it's nicotine cum.
Yeah.
Cum.
Nicotine cum. New product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Avatars.
Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and talk to you like I haven't done it before, because I have. Right? I was a fucking demon in New York. You know why? Because I wanted to be. Because I could. Because I do things that I can. Unlike you people. You people don't even do the shit that you can.
This is not about how can we help you. This is about how you're a loser.
And it's about helping. I believe in the old school method of helping, which is telling you that you are nothing, that you deserve to die, and hopefully you crawl out of that dark, deep shell that you've been in your whole life and become something.
Yeah. You should like 5 girls on Hinge, and if they don't respond, kill yourself.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, because there's always more play.
Yeah, there's always more play.
That's the first lesson. There's always more play.
First lesson, switch the
If you
race.
gotta a whale because you can't anything else, do that.
Do it.
You know what that's called? Target practice. Okay? So when you the girl that you want to you don't look like a limp dick weirdo. You look like Johnny Sins.
If it's a giant target, you can't miss.
Okay, one time, I was in New York, and I was like, I want to try to a really fat girl.
Let's see how much I can do.
Right? Yeah, no, exactly.
I want to test my limits.
No, precisely. I'm not even, no, that's literally what it was. You read my mind. I was like, how big can I go?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went big.
How big did you go?
I went
Did you have an oxygen tank?
big. No, but she was on the way.
Did she? It's like, okay, I'm going to get you
had
out of your rascal scooter, but if I get you out of rascal scooter, we're going.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. It was, but it was like, you know, it was. You get what I was. It was big.
It was like you have to set aside extra money for the dinner.
No, no, you don't take those ones to dinner.
No, you go to McDonald's, but still, it's going to be very expensive.
I was in a charitable mood, and fat women is called charity. Okay, because they deserve dick too.
I thought it was called target practice.
It's called target practice and charity. You get a little, you give a little. Quid pro quo, right? Everybody getting something out of it, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I invited her over. She came over. I opened the door. And it was like, you know, like she had the fat girl pictures, which is like, look at me putting my phone in the air, taking a picture of my face, looking straight up.
That's just
right?
too real.
Not showing any body, right? And like, I was like, okay,
Not
cool.
showing any body.
Because like fat women, because they shove in their mouth all day long, they're good. they're generally better at sucking dick.
You ever
right?
seen one of them go to town on a popsicle?
You ever seen one of them go to town on a dick with barbecue sauce? You put barbecue sauce on your dick and have a fat girl, dude, she will crawl like a possessed person. You know what I mean?
Like she'll crab walk with her head upside down.
No, she literally will, like Spider-Man on the ceiling, dude, and acrobatically jump down. But if she hits you, you're dead. You got to watch out.
I thought it was target practice.
Anyways.
It's not supposed to be dangerous.
Anyways, target practice is dangerous. People die.
People
People die sometimes.
Chris Kyle.
You seen Jarhead?
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Kyle?
Yeah.
That's up. But not really. That guy was a murderer.
The one where the kid shot the instructor. We'll go on. I want to hear more
one
about
was funny.
this.
No,
Yeah,
I like the one where the
like,
kid, where the dad thought it was a good idea to give a 7-year-old girl an automatic Uzi, and she pulled the trigger and didn't let go and shot his ass and killed him. Hey, honey, you killed your father. Hey, anybody we got to plug her Instagram because she has daddy
make
issues.
her famous.
She has daddy issues.
I would say
no, not make her famous. Let's get the viewers to fuck her. She has daddy
15.
issues. Okay, well,
wait a few years.
in like 3 years.
Hey, you know what? Takes time for things to blow up.
It does. But all you 17-year-olds out there, find out who she is and get at her immediately. Immediately.
Because she's gonna be a demon.
You could do anything to her, and she'll still love you.
What if she's like 11?
You could. She's not. And if she is, 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 13, you're pushing it. Okay. You got hair on your balls, you're going after an 11-year-old. You're a fucking weirdo. Stop. Okay. Unless you're like a white dude, unless you're anything about an Asian guy. I don't know what Asian guys look like at 13. But if you're a white dude or a black dude or an Arab dude or whatever, and you got the Asian pubes, you don't got the real pubes yet. You know what I mean? Like the first pubes when they come in.
What about SpongeBob's boyfriend?
Who's that?
Dude,
Oh, Yeah, we don't talk about that guy.
Okay,
We will talk about that guy eventually. We will go through my DMs with my political enemy.
I can't wait for that.
At one time.
You all should be. Please send this to 1 million people before we get.
I don't have enough energy to do that right now.
I know, it's too much.
It's too much. It requires complete focus. I have to get into the zone.
You have to recreate the enthusiasm of a coked out man telling another
sitting
man.
on a cafe in France, drinking red wine, looking at an old church and screaming, and nobody understands what I'm saying.
Misspelling everything you text.
Yeah, whatever, bro. America.
Okay, we've gotten way off. First,
So I open the door, and the
fatty bombati.
God forbid I call her a whale, but that's what she looks like. God forbid I call her, but I mean, this show needs some visual, right? You got to understand the texture of my language when I say it. Whale. Okay? Not Shamu, the big blue one. The big blue one that only surfaces during the night.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to be seen during the day.
The ones you can only hear from the bottom level of a cruise ship.
Exactly. The one that makes an aircraft carrier look like shite. Looks tiny. You know what I mean? A double wide, right?
Yeah.
So I open the door and I go, oh, okay. Bigger than I expected, right? But
that's to be expected.
But this is what I asked for. I'm not the type of guy that gets myself in situations and then goes, why did that happen? I take responsibility. Jordan Peterson. And I wear multicolored. Anyways, it doesn't matter, okay? So we go. So she's all nervous, right? And I'm not nervous at all, right? Because this is a blessing that I'm bestowing upon her, right?
Yeah.
This is like Brad Pitt having sex with a lady at an old folks' home.
Yeah.
Right? This is purely charitable. Right?
Yeah,
this wasn't target practice. I was doing target practice on girls that you guys would love to okay?
I mean, nowadays I think your tastes have changed, but whatever. Keep going.
No.
This is not.
Remember the Dominican one?
The Dominican one you told me about?
My tastes have not changed. Okay?
I guess so. No, that's true. I just remember being at a horrible sober party with you and you going, is that too much ass for you?
That was a joke.
I couldn't tell. Okay, all right. So,
but I do get the sense of a man from how much ass he can handle.
This mystical sea creature walks in.
Okay, so Shamu walks in. Right? Whale trail. She leaves a trail behind her, dude. Puts dents in my floors when she's walking, right? She's all nervous. She's playing with her hair. Blah, blah, blah. I was going to my room. Whatever, dude. No, there's no pleasantries with these women, right? It's like when they go to KFC. You just give them what they want. Extra 2-piece.
You don't even give her any food.
I've never even been to KFC, but I'll tell you this much. I took a shit before this that would make Colonel Sanders proud. Anyways.
Okay.
So we go into my room. We're like making out.
Yeah.
The fat is spilling over onto me at this point. It's spilling over to me like a wintertime flood in eastern Germany, right?
Yeah.
And I'm feeling her, and there's acne on her back and all this stuff. She can't reach far enough around to wash. Right? Little boogers. You know you get eye boogers? She had back boogers. Imagine that.
Good God, I'm about to throw up.
But she had a cute face. I was trying to look at the face the whole time. Keep my eyes open while I was kissing her. She was like, why are you looking at me? Well, I said, I don't know. You're fat. Shut up. Just kidding. So then she starts aggressively playing with my dick. Aggressively, right? Aggressively. And
I'm
she's
like, throw up just from.
And she's looking at me like it's not getting hard, and it was not getting hard, right? For all you geniuses out there, I don't have a dick problem. I okay.
Yeah, if anything, he has a problem.
I like
with
Dominican women. You guys plankton white girls. I call them plankton because they have no ass. You all have hernias, bruised lower abdomen because you hit things that are only skin and bone, brother. Okay? I gotta take my glasses off.
Oh my God.
So I'm thinking in my head, this is not gonna work. I know that she's thinking that. But I know deep down in her mind, she's thinking that there's some way that she could sexually excite me, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how these women are. They eat enough to where they say they have a can-do attitude, right? They have a can-do attitude. So I excuse myself to the restroom,
Yeah.
And I start pacing back and forth like I'm in a coke paranoid state in front of my mirror in the bathroom.
You're throwing water on your face.
Literally going, what am I going to do to get out of this? What am I going to do to get out of this?
I have AIDS.
No. Even better. I literally say to myself in the mirror, I say, I'm just going to tell her that I'm gay. I'm just going to tell her that I'm gay and this was an experiment. And it horribly failed, right?
What?
So I go back in and I say, yeah, look, I'm a homosexual, right? I say I'm gay. And I put on a fucking masterclass of acting. Right? I was Daniel Day-Lewis, right? I'm so sorry. You know, I really wanted this to work. I tried, but I like dick. That's what I told her. I said, I love dick. And I love assholes. She said, you can me in my ass. I said, yeah, but there's not a dick slapping my balls when I do it. So it's different. You know what I mean?
God.
So then she saunters out.
She can't even use regular walking verbs.
No, she sauntered out.
It's better than waddle, but
And
worse
she
than just
was
walk.
not sauntering on purpose. That was how she walked, right? Had to do it slow. And the worst part about whatever. Okay, so that didn't work. But anyways, back to the successful times, right? You guys want to be successful, you have to be a psycho. You have to treat this like a small business, right? You can have no other goal in the online dating world. And in LA, it's different because everybody moves here to be an OnlyFans, so they're already getting fucked. This is for you New Yorkers, okay? What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna make a Hinge profile, right?
Yeah.
And then pick your avatar, right? I picked artistic poet guy. I had my name as Pascal on there, right? I was Pascal, right?
Really?
Yes. And let me tell you something. Why did I pick that? One, because that's what I am. I'm more educated than you. Get over it. I read books. You don't. Okay? Number two, all the other guys that are interested in this stuff like me are not 6'2", 230 pounds with biceps that could crush your skull.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's a win-win, right? I look like a football player who likes French symbolist poetry. You.
I think you're leaving out because your size and your like intensity. I don't know if it comes over on pictures. You're able to mask it quite well, but yeah, you would come through as like, I'm a poet. I'm very deeply, sentimental. But God forbid I get one drink in me, and I am going to trash your whole apartment.
Exactly. Right. So then I had this little scheme going. Right. It was during COVID.
Yeah.
So basically, Hinge was like, I would you. Let's.
Yeah.
At least it was for me. I don't know how it was for you.
Yeah.
I can only speak about me.
Can't go on COVID dates.
So, once you pick your avatar, you can be a jock, you can be a frat guy. Girls like specific categories of men. And depending upon what city you're in, you have to choose a correct avatar. Nashville, you're a struggling country music singer. New York, you're a poet. LA, you work for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
You figure it out. I don't know.
Wait, did you just lie about that?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because women get confused easily. Okay?
You throw enough bright lights at them, they're gonna believe anything you say.
Exactly. Right? You can't confuse. If I were to do a voice memo on Hinge and talk the way I did on here, and then also tell them that I enjoyed French symbolist poetry and smoking a pipe next to a fire and a nice martini, they would freak out. They'd say, how are you a gay? How do you have gay guy tendencies, right? How are you sophisticated like a gay guy, well-groomed?
Yeah.
But you're also a piece of shit douchebag. I don't know. Okay? You gotta choose a lane, right? And you do not deviate from that lane no matter what. No matter what.
Really? So
no.
You just keep the act going in your whole life?
It's not an act. That's who you are. Okay? You're Jason Bourne, bro. Okay? Be whoever you want to be. Okay? Yeah. Once you establish that. We do not say, hey, how are you? You have pretty eyes. You say, hey, let me take you on a date. Here's my number. You demand their attention. You will get lost so fast with the amount of dicks that are going through their inbox every day. Let me tell you. Because the same amount of women are going through mine. Anyways, I had a scheme, right? It was during COVID. Everything was shut down. New York was a ghost town. The bars weren't open, right? And let me tell you something about COVID. I used to ride my bike in Manhattan Beach, California, and call the police on children at parks. Because if they could play at the park, why can't I go to the bar? That's my park. Anyways, so
You used to ride your bike around and rat.
Yes, I used to call the Hermosa Beach Police Department and say, hey, there's people that aren't doing a social distancing mandate. They say, we can't do anything about it. I say, well, you better, because I'm going to do something about it. You know what I mean? And they'd laugh. They'd laugh at me. And I'd laugh with them because I want to gain a rapport with them.
Yeah.
So they could do my bidding later on. Anyways, so I had a scheme. I lived in Brooklyn. There was a comedy club that had rooftop comedy shows. It was allowed on the top of a building, obviously rooftop. F you.
This is a voice inside your head.
Right.
Comments are already happening inside your head. It hasn't been posted yet.
Right. Okay, so for all you geniuses out there, try harder. Anyways, so I would say that I had work, which I didn't. And then I got off at this time, and I couldn't make it to Manhattan because the girls that you want to have sex with, if you're not in Dominican, are from Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to f*** a grungy Bushwick chick with AIDS. Don't do that, right? You want to f*** the girl that looks like she rebels against her father for owning the world by living in by living in a very nice place in the East Village.
Yeah.
And wearing chains around her waist going, oh, yeah, Marxism. And you're like, isn't your dad the head of JP Morgan? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? You want to women who don't know who they are.
Jesus.
Because then you can tell them who they are. Just kidding. Not really. Okay, anyways. So they'd come over. I'd say, oh, you can meet me at this bar that's 2 blocks away from the comedy club, which is also a block away from my house, unbeknownst to them.
Yeah.
Right? So we go to the comedy club. What you're going to want to do when you go to the comedy shows, you want to sit in the front row. You want to have some drinks before, exchange pleasantries, right? Get loosened up a little bit. Then you want to go and you pay for the drinks. You do not let her pay. If she wants to pay, fine. If she's one of those, you got to feel it out. If she's one of those where she's like, well, like literally I'm a woman and like I can pay. Okay, fine. You can pay. I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Right? That's mainly white women whose fathers work at JP Morgan and think that they're strong, independent women when their dad makes $400 million a year. Anyways, I don't care.
Yeah.
So you have couple drinks, not too many drinks, 2 drinks.
Why the front row?
I was getting to that.
Okay,
you have
sorry.
the 2 drinks at the bar, right? So then, and then, you know, you're talking a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Then you're going to do something. Girls like to do stuff. So you walk from the bar over to the comedy club because to them, that's doing something, right? They're like, oh, yeah, bah, right? You go and do something. So you go and you sit in the front row. You need to sit in the front row. Why do you need to sit in the front row? You need to sit in the front row so the comedian picks on you, right? So when the comedian picks on you, are you guys, because there's a lot of bad comics out there.
Yeah.
And the only thing they say is, are you two dating? And you two look at each other and go, oh, this is awkward. You've now established something that you can't unnaturally establish this.
Yeah.
You've established an inside joke. You have been embarrassed mutually with another person, and you can look back upon that fondly, right?
Yeah.
You don't say it. You just look awkwardly at her. Oh, I don't know. And then you giggle about it. You touch her arm. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, that's so funny. Want another drink? Let's get some more drinks.
Yeah.
Right? So then, now that you've established an inside joke, you've started to establish trust, right?
Yeah.
And then you need to establish trust. Because if a girl goes on a date with you from a dating website, right? From a dating app, they want to fuck you. Every guy, they can go anywhere they could go into the middle of Central Park at 4 a.m. and get fucked.
Yeah.
They can get fucked anytime they want, right? Even Whale Trail can get fucked, right? Okay. So they are basically, they want to fuck you. They just don't trust that you're not going to murder them.
Yes.
That's the thing. So how do you get around that? You establish the inside joke, number 1. Number 2, necessary thing. Even if you don't have sisters, lie. You have 2 little.
I think I asked you earlier, do you lie? You're like, no, you become this person.
Yeah.
I've heard
I
lie
have 2
about
little
this.
sisters. I have 2 little sisters.
Well, you do.
No, and if you become that person,
What
you are
about
not
work?
If you lie, you're not lying if you have become that person. You are method acting.
I do
You
work.
tell Shia LaBeouf when he was method acting, preparing for Fury, that he wasn't a 1945 Sherman tank driver, he would punch you in the mouth, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You become this. Luckily, I do have 2 little sisters.
Yeah.
So you tell them how much you adore them, how protective you are over them.
Yeah.
How there was one time there was this creepy guy and you said, hey, brah, back off. That's my little sister. They go, oh my God, he's so
He's not going to murder me.
You know what I mean? They're stoked. Okay. Then after the comedy show, you walk out, you don't say anything. You get to the middle of the street, you go, oh, this is weird. What are we going to do? Oh, do you want to grab another drink? Or my place is 2 blocks away. You want to smoke some weed? I have some wine. Sure. Bing, bang, boom, in the bag. 89% first date hit rate. Okay? You try that out there. Tell me if it works. It works. It works.
In New York.
I slept with 45 women in 3 months. 89% first date hit rate. Off of dating apps. I'm poor.
Were you in school when this happened?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
This was when a Dominican woman was sucking my dick on Zoom.
As insane as this presentation has been, this is really good advice.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. Take it from someone who's done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is good. This is good. I think people will benefit from this.